Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Kalolo Slim and I'll be starting a new tutorial series on how to make a top-down RPG game with Hax and Haxeflixel. So this will be the first video to that series. So first what you're gonna want to do is go to haxeflixel.com, the documentation and getting started. You'll follow the instructions on how to get Hax installed onto your system, as well as Haxeflixel. So install Hax. It will take you to the official Hax website. Then you'll run these commands after installing Hax on your command prompt to install Haxeflixel, and all the necessary tools. Okay. With that out of the way, now we can actually start working on something. So I'll just open up my command prompt and go to make a new Haxeflixel project. The command is flixel tpl new, then the name of the project. Okay, so here is the project now. And one other thing that I wanted to get was this images folder, which contains all of our sprites, so all the sprites that we'll need. And with that, can get to actually developing our game now. So basically what Hax, the Hax programming language is it's quite similar to if you ever programmed in Java or C# or something similar. So it's really quite similar to that. And let us start by working on our player. So so our Hax files have the extension .hx. Okay, let me just quickly run through this project directory structure. So here you just have your settings, like your JSON settings. Here it already created a hierarchy for us for where our data would go, like map data or whatever, images, which I just got. So your sprites, then you have music and sounds, and then source would be where all your code files go. Okay, so coming back to our player, we just go class tab to autocomplete, and it extends or inherits from the Flix sprite class, so it will automatically import that when you press enter. And then you're gonna type public function new for the constructor, and it has a call to the super right there, like so. Right, so basically what Flix sprites are the core building blocks of all Flixel games. So all your basically what you can see would be a Flix sprite that has like a rotation, an X, a Y, a width, a velocity, and so on and so forth. Next up, we will define some variables. So variable, let's make it a private. Speed, and it's a float. We will tweak these values later on. And speed. Okay, that's speed. Let us start off with just that, and then okay, and then under our super call there, we're gonna put make graphic, which we will start off with just a square on the screen to get that to move before we start loading in our sprites. We'll just make it a 20 by 20 square, and then from the flex color, we'll just make it red, make the player red. Right, okay, and then what we can do for final controls is to pass in an X and a Y in our constructor. We'll also have to put it in here as well, and then with that also right, so that whenever we create when you create the player, we can set his X and Y values, his X and Y position. Right, now let's make a function called move where we'll handle his movement. So right, and then what we have to handle movement is the flex g helper class, so that we use that to get access to our inputs. So we'll go if flex g enter to import dot keys dot any pressed. Any pressed means any of them are held down, which takes in an array. We want A and left, A and left. If that, then we want our okay, if that happens, we want our velocity along the x, because we're moving along the x, to be, since we're going negative, a is negative, so minus equals speed, that, and then do the same thing for the other directions. If flex g dot keys dot any pressed d, right, it takes an array, so that's d and right. Now we're going positive on x, speed, and our last two directions, so keys any pressed W and up, W and up, then now we're changing our y velocity, and going up is negative, so that's minus equals speed f dot keys and s as well as down, and then we handle downward movement. Nice. Next up, what we have available to us that we can use in this class is we can override the update method. We do that by going override public function. You can override the public function. Override public function update. Takes in elapsed type float super dot update. So what an update function will do will just everything inside here will happen every frame. Will happen continuously, basically in a loop. Yeah, as an update. So in here we'll just call our move function. Okay, now let's open up a terminal and see if we're on the right track. So the way you test your game is with Haxeflixel you can build for a variety of targets or platforms, but for now let's just use the virtual machine. I'm test Nico, and let's see what if we get any errors or if it'll compile and run it. Just give it a second. So it oh, I know why. We did not add it to our play state, and also that was kind of annoying. So we'll put the skippable to true so that it gets it does not play that whole splash screen at the start. Come to play state, and then here we'll create a variable player, which is of type player, and then here new and player is equals to new player, and then we put in his x and y values. So let's put him roughly over here, and then lastly we add the player. That should get our player on the screen. So play state are basically like rooms if you're coming from game maker, or like scenes or stuff, right? And he doesn't stop after we move, so we have to come back to here, the move function, and then when you're not pressing anything, we want to set our x and y velocities to 0. Great. That should get rid of that bug or that error of like you just press and then it flies off the screen. So let's just wait for it to compile and run. So you can see it moves with WASD, as well as with the arrow keys that I'm pressing down here. Great. That would this square here basically represents our so basically this would be our character that we're going to be using. So it's like a knight character. So for now we're just testing out the movements and stuff with just that red square. Okay, I think that's a long enough video for the first video. If you like this video and want me to continue with the series, then please like and subscribe, and give me any corrections on how you would like to see this tutorial being done, if I'm moving too fast or too slow, or any adjustments I can make. And also please don't forget to like and subscribe, as I would really appreciate that, and it will help the channel out a lot. With that being said, thank you, and I will see you in the next part. See you until then.